What is going on, guys? We are back for another RTU video, and today we talk about RTU going back to being a left-wing grifter, creating a brand new Twitter account. Oh, and yes, he's also back to being friends with Jay, and they're gonna stream together. Plus, he also gets uninvited to Thanksgiving dinner because of his incident video. Then we start off today with this tweet from RTU. Caveman discovers burrito and he sees Phil eating a burrito, but there's one problem with this. Darcy the Flow. Rich steals a clip from Detractor Beam instead of just retweeting it. What's wrong, Rich? Can't afford your own editor anymore? Then we have Tommy, who puts out this. When are you getting your second gastric bypass surgery? And RTU responds with, when you admit you crave me sexually. And then we have April Anderson. So anyone that doesn't know who this person is, this is Nick Rakita's mistress. Probably high out of her mind right now. Please don't ever stop tweeting like this. This is what I came for. And then Proto Man, Richard, shut up. RTU, come eat my ass first. I want your tongue to be spinning like an EF5 tornado as you approach my hole. And then April, this is the first time I laughed today. Thank you. Now, anyone that hasn't seen the previous video, there is a tweet RTU put out from April talking about all the drug problems and Rakita and whatnot, and he said, at least my drama is not like this. And now she's responded to him and he's simping for her. Then we have Vent. Clearly a lie. You were seen laughing and having a good old time at the most recent court hearing. April. The only thing that smells funny to me is the strung out dweeb operating this account whose daughter tested their hair follicles while saturated with cocaine. Fine Christ. And then April responds with this. Also, I found Christ long ago, and embraced him stronger than ever this year. Maybe you're projecting and should seek him yourself, seeing as you're being quite judgmental and lying about others. God loves you. Then we saw RTU's election night meltdown in the previous video where he decided to go right wing, and look at that. Since election night, he's lost 1,400 Twitter followers. Then RTU decides to show off his 3 games of fear. However, there is something very sus in the background, which Darcy points out. Laugh my ass off, Rich. What's on that TV, bro? And you see 2 people, potentially 2 dudes, making out. And then people started pointing out, he's going to the right side. He used to be on the left side, but he's doing it now that the Republicans are in power. And a quote from Renton Liar about RTU, I'm not grifting because it isn't working. Renton goes on to say, you're worse than a grifter. You abandoned all your values and beliefs because of an election. You are a lazy 43-year-old slob living with your parents, pretending to understand how our world works. Then RTU decided to do a stream where he watched liberals melt down. You know, the people he used to identify with. And the stream title, the 2024 election meltdowns. And you see DSP, LTG, Donald Trump, and some person crying. However, there was one small problem with this. Darcy. Oh look, Rich took too many edibles and forgot about his big political stream that he's been promoting for over a week. He was very, very late for this. Then we have Amos. Rich really changes political opinions based on shoe on head. Grifted not for the money, but for the thoughts. But the question is, how did his stream go? Rich was 1 hour late for his stream, watched exactly 1 election meltdown video, and then immediately switched to Phil. How surprising. How surprising. And look at that. Right after that, lost 100 subscribers after that stream. And then in the last video, we also looked at RTU getting his new green screen. And then he decided to put this behind him, which is 3 bodybuilders, shirtless, in Speedos. Definitely what RTU wants and wishes he had in front of him. Then again, he always does this. It's a cycle, keeps happening over and over. RTU has said he's gonna quit getting high again. This is like the 3rd time. However, we have this clip from RTU. Rich says he's done with weed. Less than a minute later, he says he'll sure partake in it and that he has some frozen in the freezer.
I just woke up one day with weed. I just woke up one day, I'm like, yeah, this isn't helping me with sleep. It's actually making my anxiety worse. I'm done. And that was it. I just put it in the freezer and moved on with my day. You know, life is hard. And nothing is gonna, no amount of money, no amount of weed, no amount of food, another thing I've reversed course on again in the good direction, is gonna solve any of that. I actually hear magic mushrooms help with depression. You know? But I don't need anything. I want to be substance free. You know? Not that I'm against weed. I'm sure, like I said, I'll partake with it. Like I have shit frozen in my freezer. Someone was just joking about it in the chat. But the everyday shit to go like, oh, I needed to go to sleep. Nah, it wasn't working. It was making my anxiety worse, and I woke up every day feeling like I was a zombie. Not hungover. Hungover, some people get weed hangovers. I never got that. But I didn't wake up feeling refreshed.
Then we have Houster, who says this positive message to RTU. Really enjoying your streams again, Rich. Keeping off the edibles seems to have made you happier. Which RTU responds with, I was over the top with them. And I was using THC to attempt to avoid stress and sleep better. But in reality, it began to have the exact opposite effect. I'm sure when friends come to visit, I'll enjoy some edibles, but the days of using them nightly are done. And now RTU decides he wants to be a video game streamer, just like Phil. So let's see how his first game stream went. Rich promoted his big 4K 60 frame per second gaming stream for weeks, but didn't start playing COD until around 2 hours into the stream, and only played for 1 hour. Great success, dudes. And then he had a second game stream. For the second straight gaming stream, Rich hardly played any games at all. In fact, he streamed less than 45 minutes of gameplay, and didn't even start playing until 1 hour and 36 minutes of a 2 hour and 20 minute stream. And then during these gameplay streams, we got a little bit of information from RTU, where he's even more like DSP than we thought. Richard Burnell is uninvited from Christmas post this. Dickers is so scared of driving on the highway that he forces everyone around him to come to his house to celebrate the holidays.
I'm having my Thanksgiving on Friday with my kids and my kids' mom. They're coming up here. So I'm having Thanksgiving on Friday, Black Friday, which doesn't really mean anything anymore because they have like a month of Black Friday sales, so I don't really care.
So now RTU is about up to 1,000 hours in Elden Ring. So he must be really good at this, right? Well, let's take a look at this, see how he does. Because in this clip, Rich gets absolutely filtered by NPC, not even a mini-boss. Also, his build doesn't make any sense and his gameplay is terrible. He has no idea what he's doing in this game.
Game looked worse. I didn't need to do that. That was fucking stupid. We have Zoro here. Oh, fuck! This is gonna be a tragedy. Oh, wow, that like tickled you. Holy shit, mud on. Oh! Oh, I didn't. Why even have extra HP if everything's 2 fucking hits? Why? Make that make sense to me.
Then we have Delicate Steve. Just keep being a man, Rich. Fuck these people. And RT responds with, dude, I'm so fucking back. RT was dead before any of this shit went down. If anything, all this was a motivator to reinvent myself. And I will. Screw all these clowns. Then we have Renton. Another motivational speech from him. This must be what, the 3rd time? First it was hyping himself up for the Netflix quality videos on ReviewTechUSA channel. Then the rap producer dream, which he took out loans and savings for. And now he's back, motivated to succeed on the RTU Streams channel. And be a video game streamer. Then the whole thing about Kino Casino and the Vegas Strip came out, and RT was the first one to jump on this and make fun of them. So he tags Andy Worski and PPP and says, I can't wait for you to explain this one. What saying do you piece of shit use? Oh, right. Suffer. At Not King Sly. You see this? Laugh my ass off. And Renton, look at this fat dumbass added 2 people he has blocked. You really think this is going to end their careers like they did yours? Fat retard really believes that fan base is going to care about this shit. Then you, at Sly, like he's your friend. Laugh my ass off. And then RTU's trying to suck up to the DSP detractors. That is right. He's trying to ball wash all the detractors, even though we can see through them. He's not welcomed here. And we're not just going to let everything go. We know what you are, Rich. We know. So RTU puts this out. I know like 99% of them despise me, but the DSP detractor community absolutely bodied Kino Casino. Well done, gentlemen. Credit where credit is due. You remain undefeated. It shows a picture of PPP. And then Darksea. Rich is doing this thing where he's trying to ball wash detractors and get us on his side for redemption arc. Never gonna happen, my dude. And this is what he does all the time. That's the reason he goes after Quantum and Melly Mac, Side Scrollers, 8-Bit Eric, all these people, DSP, that have huge hater bases. Because he thinks all those haters can back me up and come on my side, and then they'll become my fans. It's not gonna work like that this time. You're done, Rich. You're done. And of course, RTU had to do a stream on Kino Casino, which he titles, Kino Casino is absolutely cooked with receipts. And then what was the receipts he had for Kino Casino? It was the Kiwi Farm leaks. Now I'll say PPP did come out and say that those were true. He acknowledged everything except for the cuck chair. But at the same time, this is before that, so RTU's receipts were a post from Kiwi Farms. How is that a receipt? I believe that would be hearsay, even though it is true. But he didn't know that at the time. Then we have Baldomania. RTU struggles through nearly an hour of tech issues to get Cog City on for a 5-minute segment about DSP, PPP, and Andy Worski. Will the Felted Four be able to put aside their differences and unite to strike back against the casino? So let's take a look at how this stream went for RTU.
All right, let me... Cog, are you on Twitter, my dude? I think you are. I think you responded to me on Twitter. Maybe. I don't know. I'll check right now and look for you. I think I follow you. Give me your Twitter handle if you don't mind, Giga, or Cog. I tried to look for you on Twitter, dude. I would just look for you, but I can't. Let me see. Maybe there is... What the fuck, dude? I know. There it is. There you are. No, I don't follow you. You follow me. Now I follow you. You like the background?
There you go. I'll be working.
Hey, man. You're DSP's your biggest fan, from what I hear.
Sure. All my stuff's coming through correctly.
Can you hear me?
Bear with me. I've not used this before, so there we go. There you go now. Yeah.
Take your time. Phil is your biggest fan, from what I hear.
Look, DSP is a fucking retard. I can't really put it any other way. Oh, sorry. Am I okay to say that on your show? I said it on my show.
Yes, I say retard all the time. It's fine.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so Phil's just a bit of a retard. So Phil blocked me on Twitter because he got told by Kino Casino to do so. I'd never messaged him before that.
Oh and then my God. That's really the reason he...
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's crazy.
So he just blocked you because he was their lapdog? That's the only reason.
100%. 100%.
Oh, come on. And that's the reason he started making video or live streaming talking about you and shit?
Yeah. I'd never atted him before that point, and then I only did to point out he blocked me.
Oh my God. And now, you know what's funny is with all this shit that's going down, he's super silent.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But he's completely distanced himself from them. And I think it's just because of all this coming out. Like, I'm obviously just doing a show now confirming that Worski was in the Bellagio Hotel, because obviously he posted out a video kind of raging about me during the time when this happened, basically. And if you look at the tours for the Bellagio on YouTube, you can just match up the walls. So...
Yeah, it's all lining up that they were definitely there. Now, the thing that a lot of people, like, what's going on with him now? Did he actually get a bad pack? Like, what happened with him with his... I knew he wasn't sober. And, I had no evidence, but I've been around enough people, like, even how nasally his fucking voice is. I'm like, dude, he's still using something. Bullshit that he's sober. Yeah. But, what's going on with that? Like, is he back? Did he full on relapse, or what's the deal?
So I think right now he's probably relapsing because let's be fair, if he's living with Leanna Taylor, who's his his bride from or his wife or his girlfriend from Australia, who was a meth head, she was a meth head herself, so they could easily be relapsing together. But imagine you're Leanna, you've just moved all the way from Australia to Canada to be with this guy, and now you're finding out that he's been sleeping with black hookers while he was with you, and he's also been basically having sex with Indian MILFs, according to the DM conversations he's been having too. So.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That was him. I saw. I think I have the Discord where he was saying, and then there must have been other shit that he did. He's like, I'll stop there. I won't go into everything. It's like, what the fuck else did you do?
But yeah, exactly. Yeah. That, like, I don't want to know what happened there, but it's like, I guess whatever goes in Vegas stays in Vegas. But now everyone's hearing about this. That's what we're just waiting to hear about. Is Warski silent, PPP silent. Leanna Taylor broke her silence for a moment to confirm the hookers in the actual Kino Casino live chat, and now she's gone silent. So it's
I
gold.
bet probably because Warski told her to go silent.
Yeah. 100%. Like right now, it's pure damage control. They're like little tortoise. They've gone back into the shell, right? They're going to be hiding until the storm's blown over. That's how they do it every time.
Well, and again, I'll still go with alleged. I didn't time you out, Renton, but their silence is saying a lot because usually they jump on everything. Like they talk before they can think. Usually,
Yeah.
from what I've seen anyway.
If you look at his reaction at the Bellagio, just over telling everyone, and I know Warski said his name for years. I've known him for 8 years. Like, so to hear him be like, "It's Andy Perez," I'm like, I know your name's Andy Perez. I did this to get that visceral reaction because I know I piss him off all the time, and he'll always make up shit and lie about me. So I think the minimum I can do is get under his skin. But now it's just so gold to know that the video that he was yelling at me on is literally him in the Bellagio, and the dates all match up, everything works, and he's got some explaining to do. That's all we can really say now. So.
Yeah, the high and mighty person who was talking down to everyone who he's doing essentially worse things than they're doing, all of a sudden now is super silent. What's up, PPP? What's up, Andy? Andy, where are you?
Silence. It's deafening.
Yeah, their silence is deafening, man. My ears are bleeding from their silence. So, you know, the guys who were so quick to not shut the fuck up are sure as fuck shutting the fuck up, man.
Yeah, it really is. Like I said, I'm just looking forward to see what happens with this. That's because right now it's just a waiting game. This whole thing is just patience. They'll resurface at some point, but right now it's pure damage control, and the best way they're doing that is by zipping it. So,
yeah, we'll see where the chips fall with this too. All right, man, it was a pleasure meeting you, dude.
Oh no, great.
I follow you on Twitter, and
Yeah.
we'll see where this goes, and I'm sure there'll be an update on it. And you're welcome, you and Pescator are welcome to come back on anytime.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Right, I'll see you later.
Have a good night. Good talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Then we have this comment under that video. This is painful to watch. I don't care whose side you're on, but waiting 30 plus minutes through troubleshooting to get a guest on just to have him on for 5 minutes. WTF are we doing? Then it looks like that did not pay off for him as well, as he lost another 100 subscribers after the Kino Casino expose. Then he took down and deleted the stream because he's worried that Kino Casino is going to strike his channel and his video. But he did say he's going to upload to a Google Drive so people can download it. Now, why would we trust you with a Google Drive when we can't trust you with a Dropbox? Then RTU put this out. Hey DSP, you're absolutely going to get fucked in the ass by me tonight on stream. Get ready to spread those e-bagging ass cheeks for me, you fucking retard. And what was his big thing with Phil? He reacted to Phil videos. Wow, what a big thing, what a shocker. RTU, sitting in silence, reacting to Phil videos. Wow. Then RTU put this out on Instagram, a picture of him outside, touching grass. And look at that shadow. Look at that huge shadow. And Renton, laugh my fucking ass off, he looks like a goddamn monster. Then as you can see, today's revenue, $155. Yesterday's revenue, $208. Last 7 days, $802. It is going down and down and down. Then Andrew asked Jay Hoof this. If he went under some sort of intervention, RTU that is, and came back and apologized, acknowledged the breakdown privately to you, would you rekindle the friendship? Now keep in mind Jay's response here for later on in the video. Jay, no, a friendship between us isn't anything I'll be interested in. Would I like to see him turn his life around? Sure. Do I think that's possible at this stage? No. Then RTU responds, and remember this also for later on in the video. The guy who lives by himself in an attic and who duped a woman I used to talk to into releasing revenge porn on me that my immediate family ended up seeing, by the way, is hoping I turn my life around. You can't make this shit up. Then, just like in the last message, RTU is now saying that he's been uninvited from one of his Thanksgiving dinners. And Richard Brunel puts this out. Now he's saying he's uninvited from Thanksgiving also. How do we know he's just not skipping his family gathering because he's terrified of confronting his baby mama over the mistress?
Yeah, dude, like, it hit my family. Like, how am I not supposed to react to that? It hit my family. It's not just like online stuff and people saying the Dropbox online. It got me uninvited to a holiday, to Christmas, to Thanksgiving. But I'm just supposed to ignore, be calm about it, not say a thing, can't do anything. What do?
Richard Brunel has no room to pocket watch Phil's $1,500 PC after he spent over $5,000 this month on a mini Mac, mini Forum PC, ROG Ally, PS5 Pro, and an 8TB Corsair NVMe.
Bill Gates here is going to tell me why he needs to spend $1,500 on a PC for streaming. Billy, all you're doing is using it for streaming. Why do you need a 4060? You could use the 4060. You could go lower. You could get a fucking 4050.
Hello, everybody. Rich of whatever the hell you want to call me now. I just wanted to give a little advice to Philip Paul Burnell here while I'm out and about shopping. He's asking $1,500 for a 4K streaming PC. He's ripping off his fans or his dents. You don't need to spend that much money. Here is an iBuyPower PC, $699, Core i5 14400F. That's a 10-core processor, 6 power cores, 4 efficiency cores, 16 threads. NVIDIA RTX 4060 with 8 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, and a 1 terabyte hard drive. Again, the price.
Dude, it would work just fine for streaming. I'm not like iBuyPower. It's fine. I assure you, it's fucking fine.
And then we got a glimpse of RTU's desktop, and surprise, surprise, it's DSP on there. But look a little closer to the second image. ReviewTechUSA Dropbox, the famous Dropbox. Then RTU put this out, a poll. Should I buy the $699 gaming PC from Best Buy to prove Phil doesn't need to spend $1,500 for high quality streams? And we have May 1st, yes, totally gay, no. Then Darcy goes on to say that he's spending all this money on technology, but not spending time or money with his kids. And then if there's ever a quote from RTU from his streams, this is it. You need to hear this one.
Swastika!
Then RT put up another poll. I'm thinking of setting up another mini live stream setup in my bedroom where I just play games and chat with you. No face cam, just mic and game. Would you tune in? And look at that, 61.7% no. And then 8-Bit Eric puts this out. Unless you're melting down again or making an embarrassment of yourself on stream, I've got no interest in anything you do. You're my cow, Rich. I don't need any milk right now. Keep it moving. And then RT responds, you're not smart enough to be witty, Eric. Stop trying. I'm gonna have fun at your expense tonight, you fucking dork. Then RT puts a picture of Bill Gates fucking a turkey for Thanksgiving. And look at this background for his green screen. It's DSP. And you're gonna find out later in the video that that's actually a motion. DSP is gonna be twerking behind RTU. Then RTU was banned from one Thanksgiving dinner, but he was able to spend time and do a Thanksgiving dinner with his kids and his baby mama. We have Darcy. Oh, you thought Rich wasn't going to have a Twitter meltdown 2 hours before Thanksgiving dinner with his family, and we see a video scrolling through RTU's Twitter timeline. Then we have Tommy Black. Something you failed to do, the countless times swearing on your daughter's life truly backfired in the most horrific way. Because he's always using his daughter as a scapegoat, as a shield. And RTU puts this out. Imagine using my kid's illness to mock me. We should bring back the Viking Blood Eagle for these degenerates. But man, the views have dropped off for RTU streams. We got 3 weeks ago, 10k views. 9.6k views 2 weeks ago. 3.7k 2 weeks ago. And look at that, mostly like 5 to 8k. It's slipping faster and faster. The views are going down, supporters are going away. It's almost time to hang it up, Rich. And then in this video, Dickers is going to attempt to pig-explain how his two-family house is, but he admits that his office and kids' bedrooms are on his parents' side of the house, rather than his side of the house, because they always take care of his kids. And Richard Brunel says, Rich's description sure sounds like a single-family home.
Yeah, well, that's here is the other thing too. I own a 2-family home, Jessica. They always conveniently forget this part. Like my boys are in my side of the house right now. I have my place, which is full, like it's bottom floor, and then the top part, it's a 2-family house. That's my parents' part. My office is on their side of the house. Okay, so like say first off, my kids they're 8 and my Snugs. I call him Snugs. He's going to be 7 in February. Okay. So my dad, because he's weird, sleeps in their living room, which is like literally like there's 3 steps in between where they're sleeping and the living room. If they wake up for something, their grandfather is right there. Or my brother, their uncle is right there. They never mention that part though. You'll never hear them say that. That'll be just right over everyone's heads, conveniently. My mom's room is right next to my office.
Then Renton follows up with this. By the way, he can't even tell the truth about his 2-family home. It's because deep down, he knows it's embarrassing to live with your mommy and daddy while pushing 50 years old. They know he and his brother wouldn't be able to survive on their own. 2 lazy, fat retards.
Independent. That has nothing to do with it. It's a 2-family home. I have my own side. I have a place for my kids in there, and they have their side. So man, I mean, yeah, and it's just a good situation. On top of it too, when my kids visit, it would be next to I would either have to pay for a sitter, which probably would be more money than I would make the days I work on YouTube. You know, so my family could watch him while I'm working. Like, it just works all around. To get a house like this would have cost like 3 times more, and they sold it to me for a hell of a deal. You know, could they have sold it for more to a random person? Yes. I bought the home for my family, so they didn't price gouge me on it like the rest of the market. How much was your down payment? Not going to go into details, but it wasn't that much. Or actually, yeah, it wasn't really that much because I got the equity gifted to me.
And then guess what, guys? During a stream, RTU dropped a huge bombshell. I'm being sarcastic about this. His whole right-wing grift was a social experiment. He wanted to show people how easy it was to get people on your side, to make money. He was going to do it for 6 months, but he couldn't do it because it was making him sick. So now he's back on the left wing, and he says, I love how all the right-wing grifters can run their mouths about you non-stop, but if you clap back, they call you a snowflake and a lowcow. That's not how it works, no matter how hard you try. And the real thing is, he tried to be a right-wing grifter, but no one was coming to his defense, no one was on his side, he wasn't making more money, so he said, screw this, I'm going back to the way I was. But remember, in the previous post too, he said, RTU was dead before all this ever happened. Then we have this from Toasty. It's so funny when they woke their fifis hurt and started reporting your content and openly admitting and going as far as screenshotting it isn't a W take, you dummies. You're just showing everyone else how weak-minded you guys are. But you know what? More of a reason to point and laugh. Then RTU responds, I'm woke, bitch? The fuck you on? And Dark to the Flow, Rich trying to claim he isn't woke. Then if you notice earlier in the video, RTU had a different handle on Twitter. Rich changed his screen name to The Basement because we make fun of him for living in his parents' basement, rent-free, always. Then we have a Rich Today, Rich Tomorrow, but within 2 minutes. Rich Today, this Twitter account is dead. Rich 2 minutes later, I'm keeping this account open. So we see the first one, like RTU, this Twitter account is dead. All 12 of you should follow me over at The Basement Show. See you there. And his Basement Show is his second Twitter account. And then later on, in about 2 minutes, nope, I'll keep it open for DMs. Then of course, what does he do? One of the very first things under his new Twitter account? He attacks Kinda Sav. You're dying because you don't own property, and your father hates you. Kinda hard to be failing when you own a house that's worth over $500,000. Does your pussy still smell like fish? And then Kinda Sav claps back. RTU had to do an entire rebrand without his name or face involved in order to feel comfortable tweeting at me again, as well as inventing a world in which my father hates me and my finances are bad. Go cry to your mom about me, Rich. She's in the next bedroom over. And then he started tweeting again on his original Twitter. Sekiro, holy fuck this game, man. I need to go to sleep. It pounded my ass. Then we see Smash JT and 8-Bit Eric talking. And then RTU chimes in. Do you think they suck each other off? And then look at that. Dark Suit of Flow. Are you surprised at all? Rich is back on his main Twitter account 20 hours after quitting. Then we have Amos and The Basement Show, RTU, inbox DMs. RTU, hey man, want to come on a show tonight? Amos, I'm free today around 5:30. You can call me on Discord. And of course, RTU on stream was making excuses why he couldn't get Amos on. And then Amos, I told him I was free at 5:30. He goes live at 7:40. Bro, you ran, chicken shit. Then we have this from John Riley. Since you're too much of a coward ass bitch to confront me or anyone else, here's R2's response to pet abuse. Never mind his dad had to tell his grown ass to quit chasing the dog for a cucumber, or the fact that the dog is wearing a diaper on the table. Sick fuck.
Someone said, I actually saw another tweet where I was, well, they moved on from me being a pedophile. Hey, what's up, Shane's World? How are you? To me abusing my dog because I freaked him out on a table like 3 years ago with a cucumber. And like maybe the dog's old and he can't see, and I'm like, he's 2018, he's 6 now.
Now, if you're curious about that video he was talking about with the cucumber and his dog, well, this is it right here.
I'm not going to tease him, but my dog is petrified of this giant cucumber. I don't know why he's afraid of a cucumber, but...
Rich, stop teasing him. Rich, stop teasing him.
And besides being a video game streamer, RTU also wants to do a call-in show where people call in, whether it be trolls or fans, just someone to talk to on the show. Well, the first episode of this did not go very well. Rented, Rich did an hour stream begging someone to argue with him on Zoom. Nobody wanted to give this fat slob any attention, so he turned off the stream. Then John Riley, how odd for RTU, The Basement Show, to suddenly have to go as soon as he saw this question popping up. Something tells me his family knows something about him. They have to keep the kids away from him. Then we see in the chat, once again, RTU streams. Who banned you from the holidays? Was it your mom or dad? Or maybe your other family members who are afraid to bring their kids near your creepy ass. Why would your family and relatives ban you if you weren't being creepy around the kids? That came out of your mouth, jackass. And guess what, guys? As soon as he felt heat, backlash from people, guess what happened? He decided he was sick, and the stream is postponed until tomorrow. And Amos, ha 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 ha, motherfucker ran, he ran. You just fine this morning, dude. Talking a big game, now you're sick, liar. Get on stream, Rich. And then we see a shirtless Donald Trump with a tie, and Bill Gates as a maid. And this was very interesting. So John Harwick is that miner that RTU blackmailed to go undercover to spy on the trolls and report back to him. It was reported in the June King documentary, my documentary, a lot of different documentaries. And he did an interview where John claims Rich hired a criminal psychologist who's still around to this day to try and dox and arrest his trolls.
Tell me about Richard employed these, I'll circle back to that if I catch it, but I'll just move right on. Tell me about the Shadows government situation.
Well, right around, shortly after, Rich, Review Hell got, Rich's sponsorship with Hop Hog removed, he hired this, criminal psychologist and everything, Dr. Nuccitelli. Mm-hmm. And, he also hired this guy named Shadows Government, mm-hmm. whose name was Todd Nisley. He committed suicide back in 2017. Dr. Nuccitelli is still around, though. He's still doing stuff, but, Shadow died in 2017. I believe it was suicide. I'm not sure. That's from what I've heard. But he hired these two guys, but they both had rather shady past. Particularly Shadow, who had some criminal convictions, and he was even on the news for breaking into a hospital and pretending to be a doctor as some sort of test of their securities. I think you could look up that news report somehow, somewhere, mm-hmm. and they both, particularly Shadow, tried to dox some of his trolls and everything, and they got into a few spews and everything. I didn't really know much about the Shadows government thing, but I know he did make that sponsorship video, and he took it down in maybe 2 months or something from it happening.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the interesting part of this is that throughout the past year, Rich kept saying, I'm seeing a therapist. I've been talking to my therapist and this. Could it be the same therapist that John is talking about here? Then we have Frit Anga. I pissed off Review Tech USA.
Yeah, he's like DSP. He likes dishing up. Then they were like, Fritanga was saying, then I guess you're harassing DSP. I'm like, am I still talking about sticking my 8-inch dick in DSP? When have I ever gone beyond and here's what I said to them too, because Fritanga is like a fucking he's a simp for It's a Gundam, which It's a Gundam makes very funny content, so I'm not hating on It's a Gundam at all. But I'm like, dude, you realize one of his long form video essays on Phil has 50 times the reach of me talking about Phil on a daily basis. You do realize that, right? But is that... He's like, no, I'm just making a point. I'm like, dude, no. They went another... I saw what was going on with Alyssa. They went to another fucking level with her. Stop. Me talking about Phil's computer gaffes is not the same as to what they have done with her. You could disagree with her. You could say that she has bad takes. But... come on, man. Oh my, anyway, so let's see what he's crying about today.
Then we have a rant from RTU about his family members. He calls them pieces of shit because they don't want anything to do with him.
It's like me quitting because someone put out revenge porn on me, which literally is what happened. If you went by pieces of shit in my family, I know they watch, that's why I call them pieces of shit. They're making it like I put that out there on purpose as an OnlyFans. Hey guys, you want to pay to see my small penis? For $2, we're having a Black Friday sale.
And then Richard Burnell replied to that with another video. Who knew that calling your aunt a moron that shouldn't breed on camera would get you uninvited to family gatherings? Surprise Pikachu face.
My aunt is a moron. I'll say to her, she's a fucking moron. These morons who couldn't even finish fucking high school, and I know some of them, are smarter than doctors. Fuck you, shut the fuck up and be stupid and don't talk. And don't breed either, because you're dumb and your kids will be dumb. Sick
Of course, that was during 2020, talking about COVID vaccines. Then I put this out. I hate when you're grabbing clips for a video and you hear something you didn't need to hear, like that RTU has a foreskin.
Oh, yeah, I pour hot pizza grease on my foreskin on a daily basis.
And then this is weird. RTU now talks about meeting women on MySpace, getting back into beats, his music. He's not trolled on Instagram, and how he recorded a man masturbating in public bathroom.
Dude, yeah, those were the innocent days, man. Where, like, there actually seemed to be hope and optimism for I remember, and you went on desktop computers. You would go on MySpace, and it was, like, exciting. I remember meeting women from there, too. It was great. I absolutely loved it, you know? And then you realized, like, as time went on, and then you went on Twitter, and then you went on other social media, you realize, you know what, actually, the one I like, because I'm also going to get back into doing music again, too. I love Instagram. Like, you should follow me on Instagram, too. You could see where I was taking a shit in a Macy's bathroom, and there was a guy frantically masturbating next to me. I didn't film him, but I filmed the audio. I don't think it is, and I have to go get my other phone, like I always say, to get the two-factor authentication code. I will do that, too. But I like Instagram because, yeah, people control you on there, but it's not often.
Then RTU defends COG, saying there's no evidence and just hearsay. After doing a previous stream, taking the Kino Casino leak as fact. Everyone involved are scum, then says something interesting about family members.
COG is the guy who is going after Kino Casino. I talked about this the other day, too. Yes, I heard the allegations against COG. I looked into them, and he also explained it to me that it was, like, two of his, like, outcasted brothers who were trying to defame his whole family. They tried to get his mom fired from his job, he told me. And Lord knows I know what it's like to have family members who just want to defame you. So, I haven't seen any evidence of what they were saying. So, you know, as a person who's been in his shoes, it's just like, yes, I know Phil's humping my head. I'm just going to take it as trust me, bro shit. And I leave it at that. Knowing how the internet is, trust me, bro, is not enough. I was like, yeah, dude, you know. You gotta come with more than I heard.
Then during the stream, Archie decided to attack Amos for his looks and his low viewer count.
Yeah, he looks like the Gongo caveman.
Beans to, I think, China and Mexico.
Dude, there's like one. He's literally streaming to two people. Oh, man, this is great. Dude, you need to do this more. I'll watch your streams, unironically. At least your voice isn't unbearable.
So you can say that he won't ruin the economy and you shouldn't worry because it's not what he wants to do, but I mean, he has done it before. It did cause problems, and it did cost us a lot of money. So then...
This is the hater, and he's making it next to impossible to call him. Comb your hair and come on the stream. Yeah, that was funny. Like, I could see if he wasn't responding to me, like, all right, man. I said I was going to stream earlier, and then I felt like shit, which I did. I was like, oh, man, I hope the fuck I'm not getting COVID. I guess I was just over fucking tired.
And also during the stream is when he revealed his whole social experiment for being a right-wing grifter.
That's why, man, the whole thing where I was going to be like a right-winger for like 6 months, would it have worked? I almost guarantee it. But it's just, nah, it's too gross. Like, all this shit that they talk about is just disgusting. I don't know if I'm a chat.
He would also go on to have a rant about 8-Bit Eric and Smash JT being grifters.
A guy pretending to be a girl, pretending to be a raccoon, is threatening to copyright claim me. Yeah, it's just that it couldn't just be an online alias, the local raccoon queen. You cannot make this up. Congrats within the ashes. You're getting an overdue block. So this year he's offended by that. Why are you offended by that? These guys are so funny, man. Like, this is what's making you have to fret this, or I have no choice. Yeah, Eric, I mean, a copyright claim may be a little far within the ashes. But dude, it's like borderline. You should be embarrassed. Like, someone makes artwork of you, or someone makes an image of you, and like 30 seconds later, you can't do that yourself. That's another way you're like Phil. You're an alcoholic like Phil. You're a hypocrite like Phil. Phil's not hateful like you. And you get butthurt so quickly. Come on, dude. That made you... But yeah, that's the thing. And imagine... It's really simple. I'm sure I have people that hate me here. Like, every one of, like, Phil's detractor community that still can't stand me and always will hate me. When I posted that I have a new Twitter, everyone and their mother from that camp came over to start talking shit. But imagine I reacted to a picture of me, which there are a ton of them. There are a fucking shit ton of them. Imagine if I reacted this way to that. They'd be making videos on it. Like Smash JT, 8-Bit Eric would be making a video, but the hypocrisy doesn't matter to them. The hypocrisy doesn't matter. Yeah, and they always tell you to just deal with it. It's the internet. It's free speech. But when it's with them, it's crying. How dare you? Because they're not really about that. They just want their speech. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I love how they're all trying to downplay the grifter word. Grifter actually fits you. When a word, even if a word's used a lot, you fucking retards, if it's accurate depiction of you, guess what? The word fits. Doesn't matter that it's used a lot. When a word doesn't fit, where you're trying to make a game like Silent Hill 2 woke, that is an overused word. Big difference. No, that word ain't going away. If you're a fucking grifter, and here is what a grifter is, because a lot of people, they're like, well, you're a grifter. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't change, like, I say how I feel. Doesn't matter. There's sometimes people are like, oh my God, you might as well watch Fox News. And then there's other times, oh, you're a liberal cuck. It's like, nah, if I was grifting, I would keep everything in one direction. Grifting is when you will tell a lie just to placate your audience, to keep your audience. They tried to, I don't know. That was the whole thing that Smash JT, all of them were going with that it was woke. And then it came out, wasn't woke. You see any of them saying, oh, guess the game wasn't woke.
Then if you saw the previous video, you know RTU went on a huge rant about Becky Boop and how he's glad she's not a mother. He's glad she's not having a kid. Well, guess what, guys? She's pregnant. Suffer dickers. And then it happened. We all knew this was gonna happen. So on a stream, RTU and Jay came voice to voice on Discord. And guess what? They're friends again. They're making up. They're gonna work together. They're gonna do streams together after everything that happened in the previous year. Threatening to go after Jay's employers in real life. Threatened to end his career. Calling him a parasite that's a talentless hack and boring to watch. All the stuff with the Dropbox. Jay working with Andy Worski and telling him all the stuff that was on that Dropbox after that big Kino Casino expose on RTU. It's all over. They're back to being friends again. Jay, you are the biggest cuck I've ever seen. If someone threatened me in real life, if someone did all the stuff RTU did, I would never want to be friends with them again or even work with them again. And then we get this. JKB announces Friday the 13th Divorce Court, RTU streams versus JKB. Now let's see some of the responses of how people took the news of them working together again. So we have Fish Gaming. Alright man, after a whole year and saying you're done every time, this is just getting old. You have a good heart and I get it, but you should just do your own thing. JKB, it is done, man. We have Marco, that's what you said last time. Great White Hype, this has to be the gayest thing I've ever seen. You're both pathetic. JKB, sleep with us both. We have another person, Jay, I'm confused. You just said you're done with Rich like 100 times, but keep going back to the well. It's cool you do this, but please stop saying this is the last time. It's not true. We have Killer J. No thanks, Dickers will be there. I will pass after things he said. That's a big nope from me. Although I wish you luck, you gullible bastard. Stars, you just can't leave it alone. We have Pond. So much for being done. You're not bright for doing this, but hey, we've all warned you at least 1,000 times. Don't tell people you're done when you keep going back to the RTU well. Do you enjoy being a punching bag, or do you enjoy this? We have Joseph. Jay, don't do this. You'll regret it. Goody. Probably a bad idea, but whatever. Jeffrey. Unbelievable, Jay. TNC. LOL. Oh my god, dude. We have Dingo. Trash can. We have Adam. Dude, just leave this idiot in the past. We don't care what he has to say. Jeffrey. What? The gamer guy. Don't do this. Let the old fat man fade into the sunset. He has clear mental issues that need addressing by a professional. Don't enable him further. We got Dis Dude with side-eye. Blade Brown. Nah, lost a lot of respect for you. This guy shit in your mouth over and over as recent as 2 weeks ago. But have fun with your stream. We got Adam. What a loser. Feel bad for all your fans because this is a fucking joke. Name cannot be blank. You might be a bigger loser than Dickers. Still riding that micro peen, huh, ma'am? And then RTU goes on to say, he's not a dent like Jake James Lugo.
It's very exciting that some of Phil's detractor base is trying to make me in like Jake James what is it? Jake James Lugo or something? They're trying to make me into a dent. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. So it is what it is, man. Like,
then RTU has a master plan for the end of the year. Rich is resetting. He's not holding grudges with people. He's done. He's done with the bullshit. He's done with the back and forth, with the petty shit.
Here is the thing. This is the best way I could word it. I'm resetting whoever wants to reset it with me, which may be nobody besides Jay. I'm not holding grudges with people. I'm done. You know? So, yes, Cody, I'm cool with you. Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're done with the bullshit. We're done with the back and forth, the petty shit. It's over. Like, there's no reason to keep it going. Birds, exactly. Like,
then part of Rich's midlife crisis continues. Rich says he feels like it was 5 minutes ago that he was celebrating his 21st birthday. It's time to grow up, Dickers.
Juicy Boots dropping more life like your dick is very short. Yes, it is. One day you wake up, you're 18, and then the next day you wake up, you're fucking 43. Well, Chiram, I don't care that I'm 43. It's just how I feel like it was 5 fucking minutes ago that, you know, I was celebrating my 21st birthday, which is funny because I was like, I remember going out with my cousin at the time and I was like, yeah, I'm over alcohol. Like, at least to the degree that I was doing it. You know.
Then people were not happy with Jay, and this might have been an exact result of him working with RTU again. JKB puts this out. A former fan of my show has sent in chargebacks for all his donations in September. A very classy move. You think this is going to ruin Christmas for all the people I'm going to help? Nice try. Pathetic and embarrassing. And you see, action required, negative almost $1,900 Canadian. And then Dick Stroke and Phil Vlogs adds on to it. Ha 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 ha. Get felted, Jay. And would you look at that? Almost like he's done this multiple times, and it's worked every single time. We see Sunday with Jesus. JKB streams, 1.8k views, 340 Canadian dollars. Let's talk about this, which is his viewer doing the chargebacks. 1.3k views, $1,283. It's funny how this keeps happening over and over, right? Dick Stroke and Phil Vlogs. Seems like the pity party work, guys. Almost quadruple what he took last stream by being a crybaby yet again. And then RTU still upset about June the King documentary. Rich seething about June painting him as a pedo in his doc with the Dropbox situation. A situation where he himself reported himself. Then Renton. I wonder how long he can keep this up. RTU streams is just him going live for 2 hours, collecting money from Juicy Booch, and watching Phil clips. No content, no effort, just clocking in and cashing out. Doesn't even try to hide it. And that's where we're at right now. If there's any updates, I'll let you guys know. If you want to get caught up since it's the end of the year, I have an RTU playlist on the channel. Covers everything from the beginning of the year up to now, everything in between. So if you want to get caught up, check out that playlist. Click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe, subscribe to my other channels on the details of the end cards, and as always, hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Love each and every one of you. Peace and love.